Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. Today, we have a lot of important stuff to cover, so I recommend you guys all to watch this video all the way through because you do not want to miss any of this news. Starting it off, after 2.5-year investigation, and almost 6 months after filing the complaint, the SEC has just requested that the court extend the deadlines for both fact and expert discovery by 60 days. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a really important post, and we got more where this has just come from. There's a ton to discuss today. So if you are excited about the daily crypto news, make sure you press the like button and obviously subscribe to the channel for notifications every time something new happens. And my question of today is, do you think Ripple is going to win this case? You guys already know my opinion. I think it's going to be a flawless win. However, I'm not a financial or legal advisor. In the end, I have no idea. So Crypto Eric replied and said, Jim, for what reasons does this typically happen? Need more time for discovery? Trying to wear down the other side to reach settlement, or SEC needs to regroup, or what are your thoughts? And James Phelan actually comes and explains, parties ask for extension of discovery all the time. Here, however, it's a government agency asking for the extension and after a 2.5-year formal government investigation. So that's a 2.5-year head start on the case using all the tools and resources the US government has at its disposal. In my opinion, it means that the enforcement action was filed before the investigation was even completed, which to me means the SEC is still scrambling to put a case together. I don't think the Judge Network will be particularly impressed, and the SEC's motion completely disrespects Judge Netburn's strong and efficient handling of the case and her fast resolutions of disputes, like on a Sunday over the Memorial Day weekend. The SEC never addresses why it's so ill-equipped after a 2.5-year investigation, and let's quickly see. The SEC ignores that a court's primary focus regarding an extension of time to complete discovery is on the prejudice the extension will cause to the defendants. The motion makes the SEC look bad. And somebody else replied and said, do we know if Ripple is fine with this? And if not, do they get to respond to the request as well? And James says, according to the motion, defendants do not consent to the SEC's request because they contend that the SEC had sufficient time to investigate this matter before filing the suit, and because Ripple wants to move for summary judgment as soon as possible. Whew! So that is a lot to talk about. That's a whole mouthful, but it's something extremely important, and to me, something extremely exciting. For the last couple of weeks, we've been speculating that either a settlement could be coming or is just coming to a close to some way, shape, or form. Why? Well, primarily because the SEC doesn't really seem to have a main focus or a main attacking point. What it looks like, once more, this is what attorneys have said, lawyers have said, but it is also what any person of ordinary intelligence having nothing to do with the law could see. The SEC is scrambling things together, not really pointing towards a specific direction, except for saying, Ripple, you're doing something bad. But exactly what they're doing, they can't really pinpoint, because at first, it was all the sales up to a certain point. Then it was actually all the sales after that point. Then it was everybody, then it's only Ripple. They're scrambling every single side, and they have done so many disputes which are just pointless and useless because we already knew Ripple would win. And right now, the last couple of days have just been victories for Ripple. It's just, I think, really getting heavy on the SEC. One of the lawyers recently left. We all saw that. Gary Gensler is mostly focused, in our opinion, on regulation of crypto regarding energy consumption. I don't know, it's just not looking like they really were prepared for what they're doing. And one of the funny things I noticed, because I watch every single hearing, I read almost every single thing they post, is that a little bit earlier, listen to this really carefully, right? Listen to this. A little bit earlier, the SEC in this lawsuit told the judge that they want this whole phase to go as quickly as possible. Hence, they want the MOU usage to be kind of, thumbed up. What that means is the SEC was actually contacting foreign regulators that work with Ripple by a process which only the US government can do, and Ripple can't. Right now, they're in a phase called the discovery phase, and in this phase here, it comes after, of course, your investigation. You're going to look up into the other sides and kind of request information from them aid you in kind of your search. And mostly, the majority of your case has already been built prior because you want to, have some evidence, have some stuff before you're going to sue somebody. However, right now you can ask them stuff and they'll have to give you the stuff if the court thinks it's, valid. So in this specific phase here, I just slammed my, what's happening here? Why did it go dark? My screen, my charger is off. Maybe that's why. Hopefully guys still heard me right then and there. I'm not exactly sure why it turned itself. My screen just went black for a little second. I'm hoping there's nothing crazy that just happened. Hopefully we're still recording. So they should have looked it up all before actually going to the discovery phase. But even then, if you're in it, you should normally have a level playing field. You should normally be able to do as much as the other party because you're both in the same phase. And well, one shouldn't all of a sudden have more power to, go bad in the discovery than the other party. What the SEC wanted though is to get information from regulators in other countries through MOUs, and what that basically meant is they used a specific power which Ripple could not to get information a lot quicker, a lot more efficiently, and outside of the court. And eventually the judge also ruled with the SEC. One of their main arguments was, well, we want this for speed purposes. And Ripple said, we don't care about the speed, we just want it to be fair. Right? And we know you have the power, we know you have the authority, but we just want it to be fair. And the SEC said, well, we're going to request for it anyway, but all it would take is more time. And we know very well that Ripple, you guys, don't want to actually add more time to this, and we do neither. Right? We don't want to add more time to this already. And now, a couple weeks later, boom, they're already filing for extra months now. Which is interesting. It's really interesting to me. It's really interesting, specifically because the request about the MOUs was granted. If it were to be denied, I could understand it. But right now, why would they want more? All I'm understanding here is maybe because Ripple has been filing so many extra documents right now, and the SEC wasn't prepared for that they want even more dirt to dig up on Ripple. Or from a different perspective, they have nothing. Because think about it from this way. The SEC, as of this point, has nothing to grab Ripple with. They're just trying different routes, but nothing is really working. So they need to find something, need to find some dirt, as most of their accusations have just not been, not been going through Judge Netberg. She just denied almost anything. So really, the SEC has no more room to go anywhere. If the discovery phase is over, they have nothing to go into summary judgment. They have nothing to go for themselves. So I think they're getting really, really scared, and they just want to kind of grab something which, they're hoping to find in the discovery phase still, which they want to extend. Do we think it's going to pull through? Well, guys, once more, I don't have an official opinion. I just have my own normal little sucker opinion. I would say it's kind of illogical. If the judge were to say, let's extend it, they have stressed it so many times in the past that this should all be going swiftly. The SEC had already had years to prepare for this. And so I don't think the judge is going to buy into it that they need more time now. I don't think so, guys. I think that's a really, really strange request, specifically because the judge has been doing things really fast. Sometimes, at least that's what I've read now, the last couple of days I've been reading into it. If the judge, I'm almost becoming a freaking lawyer, guys, with the amount of cases I've read now and everything I've been looking into. Thousands of pages, thousands upon thousands of pages. Sometimes if the judge takes a really long time, or if some mistakes have been made and it takes extra time and yada, 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 they file for extra time, basically, because they just didn't have enough. In this specific case, because the judge noticed that things have to move quickly, she also posted something over the weekend during Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day. Yeah, I mean, if she didn't do that type of stuff, you have more of room. But now that she did, and she did everything as swiftly as possible, no, I don't buy this. And then another article, another side, still having to do with lawsuits, though, regarding Ripple as well. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak's lawsuit over YouTube Bitcoin scams has been dismissed. The Apple co-founder lost his lawsuit against YouTube over fraudulent videos that used images of Wozniak to promote fake Bitcoin giveaways. This was actually I'm not exactly sure if it's a joint lawsuit thingy with Ripple. However, Ripple filed basically the same thing and also lost the lawsuit to a certain degree. However, they did come to a little bit of a conclusion, which is that they'll fix it together, or they'll fix it in some way, shape, or form. The only problem here is that Steve, I guess, has lost it right now, in the 2nd of June. I'm wondering, and I'm kind of confused, exactly how this came to be. I mean, they lost, okay, because of some reasons that I don't have to get into because I don't know. I mean, but who cares why they lost exactly? I mean, we can't do anything about it. However, since they did come to a conclusion before with Ripple, I'm wondering, when will things be fixed then? When will it all go, and how does it all work? I don't get it. I don't really understand. I don't know. I'm just wondering why it's all going so slowly, because it's such a big issue, and YouTube should know that too, right? Yet they're not fixing it. And guys, if there's somebody in the comment section texting you a number out of DustDBC's name, it's not me, all right? I have a little check mark next to my name. If there's not a check mark automatically not me. Make sure you understand that. I will never tell you to text a number. I will never tell you to send me any money. Please do not do that. Please, please, please be careful. Never text a number in the comment section. Never do that. It's always a dumb idea. Then John Deaton said on Twitter, I thought Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan was going to fire anyone who traded Bitcoin. I must have heard it wrong. He must have said that he would hire anyone who traded Bitcoin or crypto. Why? Because here's a scoop. JP Morgan is hiring crypto-savvy employees in compliance, payments, and engineering. Experience with Bitcoin and Ethereum is a huge plus, says one post. So even though I'm not exactly sure if this is official or just a little bit of a scoop that they found somewhere, it says here that JP Morgan job post hint at banks' broader crypto ambitions. Guys, I keep telling you, crypto is going mainstream. The banks is often speculated to, want to stop it in some way, shape, or form. I'm not exactly sure if I have it open anymore. No, I don't have it open. I'll talk about it in a video later today. How they're often calling that the banks will put a stop to Bitcoin. I don't think they will. I think they know as well, the banks, that they can't stop it anymore. It's either roll with it and adopt it in some way, shape, or form, or perish. There's no stopping it completely. Now, John Deaton also said at Bitcoin conference, and a speaker just said a huge opportunity is in cross-border payments and remittances, especially peer-to-peer without an intermediary like a bank. I'm trying to think of a company and a crypto that has been hyper-focused on this specific area. And all I have to say about that one is Ripple/XRP, plus the fact that this is not a one-time thing. A lot of Bitcoiners and a lot of, official economists or these huge guys, and for example, the freaking group of 20 and whatnot, they've all called for, and the ECB even, they've all called for remittances having to be improved upon and yada, yada, yada. Often talking about cryptocurrencies or blockchain technology or distributed ledger technology as well. I mean, the circle is kind of coming around. It really is. And then XRP lawsuit. With this move, what is Ripple trying to accomplish? Well, it's interesting. What I want to say about this one, specifically about the article here, is only that it's basically about this little paper. It's basically that there's so much speculation, yet it all kind of comes down to the same thing. Nobody really knows what the SEC is putting up or what they're trying to do here. Here's about the MO, Memorandum of Law. In the case of transactions conducted on such foreign trading platforms, both the offer of XRP and the sales of XRP occurred on the books and records of the respective platforms, and therefore geographically outside of the US, the SEC's failure to allege domestic offers and sales should be fatal to its claims. This is actually a second part of things, which is about the fact that Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson and whatnot say that a lot of the transactions took place outside the US, which the SEC has no jurisdiction over. And it's just, everything is crumbling apart, guys. SEC is nothing here. They're trying to fetch reach, but they have nothing. I keep telling you, it's really, really hard for them to put a good case together here, because what exactly do they think they can win? They don't think they can win most of these things, which is why they keep fetching and fetching new things. They're trying, but nothing looks in their direction. It's just all looking extremely, extremely bad. I'm extremely excited about it, though, because I've told you guys before, I will trade on Bybit. Link down below is for Bybit, by the way. Use it. You'll have a couple of really good competitions / bonuses, so use the link down below for Bybit. I'll be going on Bybit and trading like crazy if they win or lose this lawsuit. I think they'll win, though, and I definitely think we're going to make a ton of freaking money that day. I think literally that a couple of the people watching right now are going to make a couple $1 million in that day. I personally have told you as well, I will make at least $1 million the day they win because of my trade. And that was it for today's video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video.